There's some great news this month, the month of August of 2022, for Yakuza fans, that being that all the mainline games from Zero to Like a Dragon will be coming free to PlayStation Plus. This will allow for a whole lot more ladies, gentlemen, and NBs to experience this series, which I have a, let's just say, zealous passion for. This is great news, as this means Sony will join Microsoft in offering all the mainline games on their subscription service. Except with this integration with Sony, there's a catch, because of course there is. There are actually multiple catches here, but that's obvious because they map onto the multiple tiers of the new PlayStation Plus. So firstly, let's starts with something that's the most simple. One of the monthly free games for PS4 for the month of August is Like a Dragon, which is generally great. It is a strong month for PS Plus, and I'm glad that more people get to experience Yakuza 7, especially because it's a decent place to pick up the series. The first catch is that some of the rest of the series are only being added later. So firstly, Zero Kiwami and Kiwami 2 are being added to PS Plus Extra Tiers game catalog from this month of August. If you don't know, the game catalog is the main draw of the extra tier, as you instantly get access to a large amount of previously released games to be downloaded and yours to keep and play as long as you remain a member of that tier or higher. It's pretty good, and while it can't beat Game Pass with Sony's current policy of no big games on day one, it has some good value, and games like Stray do come out close to launch, so that's a nice surprise. Anyway, after August is done, the other mainline games on the Dragon Engine, Yakuza 6, will make its way onto the tier as well. Unfortunately, that brings us onto another catch. I didn't jump to 6 to stay on the Dragon Engine games. I did that because the remasters for Yakuza 3, 4, and 5 are only heading to the third and top tier of PlayStation Plus. This tier is called Premium in your country most likely, but if you live in that place Sony has deemed not to have the correct internet infrastructure, this tier will be called Deluxe, as it is here in South Africa. The remasters of 3, 4, and 5 are also making their way onto the catalog later this year, also beyond August, but only on this higher tier. It kinda sucks. These games are being held to ransom. Okay, maybe that's a little dramatic. But to sell more of the top tier subs to PS Plus. I mean, there are very good games in their own right, but more importantly, they're pivotal into really experiencing the full range of the series. I mean, that's obvious by their chronological nature, but other factors really hammer this home, like the first time you step out as Akiyama, not Kiryu, or how much you see Kamurocho evolve, especially with West Park, or, just the growth and development of the mainline story and the characters within. There's some vague hope this segmenting won't be like this forever, but that's just my speculation on how loose Sony seems to be with their PS Plus policies in this period, where they're trying to readjust to compete with Microsoft. The speculation is not based on RGG's response in their Twitter replies to their initial announcement. They replied to someone clearly asking if Premium, the premium tier, would be needed for 3, 4, 5, and they vaguely replied that yes, the games, referring to all the games mentioned in the first tier, would be coming to the extra tier and the premium tier, using the fact that there is a time delay before all the games are out to get away with their vagueness on the tweet. If you want official confirmation that it's premium only for the remasters of 3, 4, and 5, it's on Sony's official blog post of the announcement. Again, I think this is more Sony's decision than it is RGG's. I'm sorry to always be so favorable towards RGG, but I generally think I do have a strong argument here. A highly popular game in Japan, and recently very equally, if not more popular in the West franchise, that produces games almost yearly, is bringing out its entire catalog of 8 games, including remasters and remakes, to Sony's new tiered subscription service. The strongest implementation would be to take the extremely integral but not as high quality games, because they are simply remasters, not remakes, that would attract hardcore fans that quite possibly became hardcore fans because of access to the other games that they then put on their lower tiers. And this butts them on to higher tiers once they're done with the initial games, to extract more money out of them so they can play the remasters, and especially for longer periods of times, that is like 1, 2, or even 5 months, to finish the entire series. I'm not a fan how this is being implemented. Obviously I would love if all of Kiryu's games at least were on one tier, but I can understand Sony's logic here, and I can give RGG the benefit of the doubt here and just focus on the benefits of more people having access to at least some part of the series. At least if you have the highest tier, you can get access to all these games, or hey, maybe you already have the remasters collection, or you can get it cheap elsewhere, and this is a way to get all the other games for relatively cheap. Anyway, it happens. As long as more people have access to the games, then I suppose it's a good thing.